is messing me up. It's the last time I'm doing this from my phone with the thing, because I have it turned this way, but it's turning this way. And if I turn this way, I'm looking this way. So it's, it's just a little, because it's just a happy Halloween edition of TMI Thursday. I just got too much going on right now. That's why I'm using my phone tonight. But anyways, welcome to the show. Thank you for everyone that is joining, viewing, watching, sharing, liking, replying, commenting. All the stuff like that. Thank you very much. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. I think this is, I don't know how many other episodes I've done before on Halloween, but I'm pretty sure I've done an episode before on Halloween. So that's pretty cool. And this is a soft opening. Sorry, I was absent last week. I've been really, really busy, really super busy, but at least I can be here. You're getting a treat this time instead of a trick, right? That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to get into NFL. We're going to get into some knuckleheads. We're going to get into college. And then, did you see the disclaimer at the beginning? Hold on. I had to take a screenshot of that because I think it's HB messing around, trying to troll me. But, see, the thing is, okay, when you try to troll me the way that HB did with the disclaimer, while the eco-warriors among us will appreciate our dive into saving the planet, our reusable shopping bag one at a time. So I'll tell you what, for the whole world, always feel free to think you're trolling me by doing that. I want it all over the place. I want everybody to talk about how often they use reusable bags and how often they plant plants. And I want it all to be aimed at trolling me. Because in my opinion, the more troll, the better. We'll be like the troll movies. What was the one that they just did? No, the second one was World Tour, right? Boom. We're back in business, baby. Disclaimer of the year. Look at that, dude. Look how much he concentrated on that disclaimer. He put
See, that's the type of, I'm going to kick your ass.
He put a whole dissertation on my thumbnail. Because that's how it's done. Because
leave Brittany alone, please.
Because I don't know why, but I can't hear the sound. So, when you were doing the Brittany leave her alone, I couldn't hear anything. So I don't know why, but I have to go back to this way on my phone. Sorry, people. I know. Trust me. I feel the same way. And so that's the soft opening, and we will be right back. I think. I can't hear anything.
a little more. If he has time, inside the 15 of the Bears.
He said, what's more fun than climate anxiety mixed with football stats? Spoiler, nothing. Oh my gosh. HB, you crack me up, dude. Oh my gosh, this is so great. This is why I love this. This is why I love this so much. I love this so much. I'm so happy. Look, I'm sorry to keep laughing, y'all, but I just read this. Like, I think he just put it on here like 10 minutes ago. So I've been reading in the little happy robot. All right, so anyway. Man, I just love when people troll me and it be so accurate, but like in a good way. Like, I've never been trolled for a bad thing. It's so crazy. Like, my whole life, when people have teased me, it's always been because of something real that I'm doing. So it's great. So anyways, I'm in here alone tonight, looks like. So I'll just get right into it. We got a lot on. We got a game going on right now. Oh, there's Shake Money. There he is. There he is. He was just in the background.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna sit with the camera on, you're good. If not, I'll roll solo. It's all good.
No, man. Hey, man, I enjoy. Listen, man, ain't nothing better than talking with my Gator brother, bro.
All day. Yeah. So football is crazy right now. We got the Jets barely doing something. We got more defensive plays than offensive plays. Let's see the Dolphins, as dysfunctional as they are, they're number 2 in the East. If we can hold strong, we might be able to get a wild card. Maybe. Tua looked like he was so. I think it was when Tua was out. Cap asked me, might have been a few weeks ago. Could Tua? Oh yeah, Cap did so this was a few weeks ago. Cap did a poll on if Tua could save the season, and I think 70% voted no, that he can't. That was on a Friday night. We had a lot of viewers that night, so we had a lot of people who did the questionnaire. And however, I think the Dolphins look better that he was back. I am not super in support of him being back so early, but he looks like he really, really wants to be. He looks like he cares that he's been gone, and I can't get mad at that. Hopefully, and then when he was running and he had the slide, That was not bad. And so I said this not too long ago. I said, if the Dolphins lose, but if it's a really, really like barely lost, like they looked like they were just a few mistakes away from winning, then I'll feel like it's only so upsetting, right? So I think this last loss was that game where they looked like they're improving. I think the head coach is just young. Maybe he's been figured out by the league. There's, I think, a lot of factors at play, but Tua is definitely happy to be back. I could just tell, and I hope he stays healthy. I hope he stays healthy. I want to see. Got us all in dysfunction right now. Got Miami Dolphin fans arguing with each other. Even though y'all went to the game on Sunday, there's a lot of y'all at that game. So I was like, oh my gosh, we might actually win. We might actually win. We might. If the game could have went longer, we would have won. Let's just say that. If the game would have went like maybe a couple minutes longer, we probably would have won. And that's what I meant about that kind of loss. So, even if we don't do much better the rest of the season, at least we, because we had a hiccup before with Tua, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I want to see the Dolphins win with what they got. I don't want to see them try to go after another quarterback or go after this or go after that. We don't want more coaches and more quarterbacks. Is that helping the Jets with the new coach? No. Has it helped us all the time to get new quarterbacks? We've had like 20 quarterbacks since Dan Marino. We have like 15 head coaches. It's too much new. We got too much new. We need to keep stuff together. So come on, Dolphins. You can do it. You can do it. Still be second in the East. To still be second in the East with a 2-5 record is insane. That's insane. And the Bills are always just going to be right in the mix. Always. Pittsburgh Steelers are looking good. Russell Wilson is looking like Russell Wilson. He's a system type quarterback. 100%, 100 million. And that's not a takeaway from him at all. I don't mean that as if he is like any sort of mediocre, if he's not on a good system, but he is. He is 100% a system quarterback. And I don't mean like game manager. I don't like when they use that term for a quarterback. I think that quarterbacks do a lot more than manage a game. Like when they try to compare Terry Bradshaw and his Super Bowl wins to other quarterbacks, it's like, just leave him alone. He has 4. How are you going to, like, it's just leave him alone. So,
but you know
Russell
what?
Wilson has found that system. What?
Tom Brady called himself a game manager, so
Tom Brady can call himself whatever he wants, dude.
mm-hmm.
Okay? Okay. He can do it this many times. Okay? He can call himself a game. If Russell Wilson wants to call himself a game manager, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with a player calling himself that. But as far as when people throw judgment at a quarterback and say game manager, I just don't like that. I think it's a ridiculous.
Yeah, because they're using the game manager as a derogatory, right? Like to try to
Yes, exactly. They're basically just saying that all he does is just toss the ball around. It's, you know what I mean? Instead of call the play, it is derogatory, and I think it's disrespectful, honestly. But I believe that there are systems that quarterbacks work better in, and Russell Wilson is in that one. How long it'll last, we'll see. But Mike Tomlin is the man. Mike Tomlin is the man. He's been one of the best head coaches ever. He's never had a losing season, and he's always in the mix. And that head coach is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. And I wish him well. I'd like to see him win another Super Bowl. That would be cool. I hope he does get to win another Super Bowl before he retires. I think he does such a good job of putting a team together and working a team and managing a team. He does a lot of extracurricular activities. He did some work. I don't know what country it was, or even what continent it was on. I just know he's done some extracurricular work, and he just the way he answers questions and he's just to the point all the time. You don't really get nothing out of the guy besides just business. So I like that. He doesn't talk unless it's necessary. And that's what I really like about him. That's what I really, really like about him. And he's just badass. I mean, you can't. What could you know what I mean? Like talk about Mike Tomlin. What can you say that isn't good? You know what I mean? Like to revive Russell Wilson is crazy. That's why like he's a system type coach. He's like a next man up type of coach. And then the Ravens are the Ravens. They're going to do really well, and they're going to get beat by the Cleveland Browns. They do it every single season. Every single season, they lose to the Browns, and the Ravens always make it to the second round of the playoffs, but they always lose to the Browns, and that's why they lose in the playoffs, because they lose to the Browns in the regular season. It just is the way it is. The only time when the Baltimore Ravens won, did they lose to the Browns or the Bengals that season? Baltimore Ravens 2012 championship, right? So let's see. The season that they won the Super Bowl, did they lose to the Browns or the Bengals? Let's see. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Browns. Let's see. They beat the Browns again. And they lost to the Bengals. But I said the Browns. I said the Browns. And what did they do this season they won the Super Bowl? They beat the Browns twice. Bingo. Do-do-do. Holla at your boy. Talk about stats. I said the Browns. I said if they lose to the Browns, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it past the second round or the AFC Championship. It's not going to happen. You can't lose to the Browns and go win a Super Bowl. It doesn't happen. You're not taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, bro. And the Bengals, I wish I could see them do better. I like the Bengals. I think that they've come a long way over the years. I think they've made good decisions. They went to the Super Bowl not too long ago, so they still have a lot of those players. Hopefully, whatever rut they're in, they figure it out. Houston Texans right now, they're losing to the Jets. The Jets might win a game. Ooh, baby. Damn, 10-14 right now but it's the defense of the Jets. I mean, okay, 14 points is not a lot for Aaron Rodgers, right? That's not a lot for Aaron Rodgers. But for the defense to hold the Texans to 10 points says a lot. And this is one of the reasons why the Jets are still a team that can make some moves, is because they have a good defense. Well, they did when Robert Saleh was there. So hopefully it'll just keep going. And I don't know much about their interim head coach. Who is their interim head coach? Do you know, Shake?
The defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. He was probably handpicked by Rodgers.
Probably.
In that AI video of Robert Saleh and that ayahuasca. AI is crazy, man. There's so much stuff we have now. And the Colts, starting my man Joe Flacco, I think 100%. I am in support 100% of benching Richardson. I think all quarterbacks he shouldn't even started last season. And look how many times he's been injured since starting for the Colts. A lot. He needs to be developed. He needs to sit on the bench and watch the game and play practice squad or whatever. But he needs to just take a chill pill. I think that he has a lot of potential, but I think he needs to just sit back right now. And there's a lot of people hating on that, saying, "Oh, he can't learn without playing." Well, didn't Aaron Rodgers sit behind Brett Favre for a long time? Didn't Jordan Love sit behind Rodgers for a long time? Didn't Steve Young sit behind Joe Montana for a long time? Like, it's the way it's done. It's the way it's done. And Brady even said this. He said they're just putting players out there too young that you can't depend it all on a quarterback, not a young quarterback. He's not, Patrick Mahomes was mediocre his first season, but he's just a phenomenon. He's a phenomenon. And Andy Reid just finally found a quarterback that he could destroy the NFL with. Jacksonville struggling. Damn, Tennessee, the Titans are 1-6. That's insane. Who do you think this far, Shake, is the most disappointing team?
Well,
Who do you
obviously
think
the one is going to be number one, the Dolphins. The Jets have been a disappointment as well. Browns, I expected more from. And the Jacksonville Jaguars is another one.
Yeah, for me, Jacksonville. That's my biggest surprise. In Tennessee, I thought they'd be doing a lot better than 1-6. Commanders aren't a surprise because they find a way. Various seasons they'll be at the top of the NFC East changes all the time. There hasn't been a single repetitive winner. I don't think maybe once in the past 10, 15 seasons has there been a repetitive winner of the NFC East. It hasn't been the same team. And the Cowboys, I don't know what's going on with them. I think that it's crazy. The Cowboys have too much interference of the owner, and that's probably why they're not doing well. And the Dolphins don't have enough interference of their owner, and that's why they're not doing well. Crazy how that stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
Lions 6-1. It's not a surprise. They were in the NFC Championship last season, and they were very, very upset that they lost.
Yeah.
They were super upset, and you felt it. When they lost, you felt it. I think the whole country felt that loss. That loss was crazy. It was hurtful. I even think San Fran felt bad for beating them. It's just because they've just been, no luck for so many years, and that head coach was on the team that went 0-16, and so I root for them. I want to see them win. That'd be cool to see them win a Super Bowl. And they almost won one when my grandpa was still alive. So that was where he was born, was Detroit.
Nice.
But Dan Campbell, it's nice to see him because he started the Dolphins as a head coach. I don't know where he went after that, but obviously.
Well, I can tell you, Dan Ingram was he was a tight ends coach for us. Then he got promoted to interim head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hired Adam Gase. He interviewed for it, but they hired Adam Gase, and then he went to the Saints and became the assistant head coach for Sean Payton.
Nice. Not a bad head coach to work under.
No.
Not a bad head coach to work under. So, yeah, the NFC North might be the best division right now. With the Packers and the Vikings. The Falcons, I said it earlier this season. I said they'll be the most dangerous team if they get in the playoffs, and they're number one in their division. So if they keep winning, they're going to be in the playoffs. And in the West is a straight lock. Every team in there is 4-4 except for the Rams. That's crazy.
The NFC North is strong as the strongest division in football right now.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Kansas City 7-0. They're just bumping along in there. They're just bumping along in there. That's crazy. Man, do you think it's harder? Do you think it was harder for Shake? Do you think it was harder for the Bills to go 4 years in a row, or for the Chiefs to go 3 years in a row? I mean, obviously 4 is harder, but like, do you think it was just harder?
Well, what I think was funny is that the second championship was on the back of the offense because they were putting up a lot of points, and the defense was giving up. The defense, I think they were like 32nd in defense, whatever. And then the next year, the defense flipped around and was first in defense. So you know what I'm saying? Was like in the top 10. So I think last year, the year before, they won because of the offense, and the second year they won because of the third year because of the defense. So they're fighting. Well, the thing about I find interesting about the Chiefs, two things. Number one, Andy Reid lucked out because Spagnuolo was such a terrible head coach that he doesn't have to worry about anybody poaching his defensive coordinator. So he's going to have that continuity on defense year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? and two, he got a hell of a good quarterback. So at the end of the day, look, the way I look at it, Bill Belichick and Andy Reid, without their quarterbacks, have a combined of 0 Super Bowls.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. Andy Reid went to the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb and lost.
Yeah. To the Patriots.
Yeah. And I mean, I do disagree. I do agree with that, but I don't know. 6 Super Bowls as a head coach is hard to say it was all on Brady.
I'm not saying it was all
not
Brady.
on Brady. No. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
That they couldn't have done it without him. I don't know. It's not hard to argue that, like, to argue that stance to defend it, but it's not hard. Like, it's crazy.
I always believe in the perfect storm, and Belichick, because I could say Belichick and Tom Brady was a perfect storm.
Definitely. I mean, Tom Brady even said it himself. All right. You're trying to outdo me. All right, I'm going to outdo you even more. Like, he was trying to. He was his only competitor, really. As soon as somebody looked like they were doing better than him, he did better than them. So, like, he was his only competitor, and it doesn't matter what coach was going to come along. He was always going to do well because he was doing well in college and he was playing baseball in college.
Mm-hmm. But the thing about it, one thing I liked about Tom Brady was that coaching that Bill Belichick gave him, instead of saying you can't talk to people that way, he used it as a motivational to do better. You think I suck? I'll show you I suck.
Right,
and
right.
actually do it on the field.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit like that too. Whenever people have criticism about me, if I like it or not, I try to think. I look at it. I try to look at it from their perspective and see about it. Before I accept it or whatever. Because like, being self-aware really helps. And being someone that allows coaching, that allows input and doesn't take offense is someone that's really willing to go as far as they can. And if you're going to listen to what Bill Belichick says and you do a good job, then you're going to go really, really far because he's not going to give up. Yeah. And I mean, we obviously saw that when Brady went down to Tampa, he brought them to the playoffs every single season.
Yeah,
He was there.
and here's the thing though, man, he had a great 1-2 combo. He brought Gronkowski with him, and
he had
Antonio
Bruce
Brown.
Arians too. I mean, Bruce Arians is a very
Bruce
good
Arians
head coach.
was a great coach as well.
He was.
And I tell you what, Bruce Arians was that coach too. He was like that type
He
of
was.
coach.
He was, because he went all the way to Did he go to the? No, he didn't go to the Super Bowl. He went to the AFC Championship with the Cardinals. No, the NFC.
Yeah.
The NFC. But he had all those injuries.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only reason they lost.
And he won a Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger in the Steelers.
Oh, who was he on that team?
He was the offensive coordinator.
Oh. That's what. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why he was good with quarterbacks. Because he got to work with freaking. I mean, that if he's a douchebag or not is someone's opinion. But Ben Roethlisberger. Carolina's out there struggling. Perfect example. I was talking about throwing a young quarterback out there. He's too young.
Mm-hmm.
He's not ready. Eagles aren't looking too bad. They have a quarterback who is very dedicated. I saw it. Like he's always been that way. What's his name? What's the quarterback's name of the Eagles?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I mean, you're only gonna do so bad if you have Jalen Hurts. He's a very good quarterback. So what's the score now? Ooh, man, the Jets might pull one off. I don't like to hate on the Jets, and I don't like to hate on Rodgers. I hate on Rodgers because he deserves it, but I feel bad for the other players, on the team. I said this before, and it sucks that they get caught in the middle of social, drama because they're just trying to win games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long time for the Jets. The Jets are like the Dolphins. It's been a long time. They've had just as many quarterbacks and just as many head coaches. Okay, look at it, people. Look at it. The Bills and the Patriots have had a very small amount of quarterbacks and head coaches since their last great quarterbacks and head coaches. And then the Dolphins and the Jets. And look how they've done every season. It's common sense. It really, really is. It's more than common sense, obviously, but it's not hard to design a system that works.
Mm-hmm. And continuity too. And let me ask you this: what do you think of the former Gator Anthony Richardson saying that he put himself in because he benched himself because he was tired?
Yeah, that's exactly why he doesn't need to be starting quarterback right now. 100%. And no disrespect. If that's how he was really feeling, then I want him to rest. If he needed an IV or if he wasn't feeling good, I mean, you're out there getting thrown around, shoved around, like you might not be feeling good. But at the same time, for him to actually go through that and bench himself, all right, dude, you need to take let's just change up what we're doing right now because obviously it's too much for him. I've never seen a quarterback do that before.
Yeah.
So, and it's just the way it is. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. I think that he's capable. I think that the talent is there, the drive is there, the physique. I mean, he's a strong ass dude. Just listen to him talk. Like, can you imagine how that guy shakes hands and probably crush your hand? But that doesn't mean that you're going to succeed in the NFL. You just it doesn't. And so he needs to take the advice of the coaches. This is where being a good teammate really matters. This is when do you really want to win? This is what matters. Who was it that did that before? Well, they had to do this. So an example of that is in Alabama playing in the national championship with Jalen Hurts and Tua. Forgot which one had to be benched, but he benched one of those players for the other player, and the player was just like, okay, and they won a national championship. So obviously, those two players could take coaching. So if that's a practice Nick Saban did, and had a lot of success, well, then, obviously that practice can work in football. It's not the same as the NFL. The talent is a little bit better, but it's the same practice. I mean, there's not very much difference between college and NFL in this country. There's not.
Mm-mm.
Only the talent level of players. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. I mean, look at John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh. And then what's his name? There's been lots of head coaches that won in college and won in the NFL.
There's only one, Jimmy Johnson. I can't think of anybody. Oh,
No, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. Yeah, Pete Carroll. That's true. Well, he won in NFL, then he won in college.
No, he won in college first.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Because
Okay, Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson. Did Barry Switzer win in college?
Yeah, with the Boz. But those championships were different than like the Cotton Bowl was the national championship. So it wasn't like the same as now championship, but it was the championship back then. It was just, they just named whatever bowl they wanted to. Oh, damn, the Jets just went up 20-10. Nice. Oh, was that an interception for? Oh no, I didn't see. Oh no, he threw it in for a touchdown. That was an offensive play. I like the uniforms the Jets got on tonight. The dark, the black, and I like those colors. Looks more slick and just stealthy. Oh, he threw it to Devontae Adams. I think that's Devontae Adams, number 17.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Because Devontae Adams was wanting to get out of Raiders bad, man. He was not enjoying playing in Vegas for the Raiders. He was not. And look at that. There's Rodgers shaking hands and having fun with the head coach. If they find a way to make this work, well, that's good.
He finally gave the coach a hug.
Yeah, dude, he just did. But so, I'm happy for Devontae Adams because he did feel like he was being used the wrong way in Vegas. Like he was very, very, very unhappy there. So for him to be able to leave and then go to the Jets with a player that he has tremendous chemistry with, success with, and then start having success, that's cool. I like seeing that. I really like seeing that. I like Devontae Adams. He's a really, really good player. So much. This is why we have so many episodes during football season. All right. So you got anything, Shake, you want to add before we move over to?
No, that's just about it.
All right, cool. How's
Next
everybody in the comments tonight? Sorry, I don't have all the screens up. What's up, everybody? I see we got Raphael, Cat for Life, MCJB, Cosa Nostra. I don't know
Cosa
if I've
Nostra.
seen
Yeah, man. That's the dude right there.
Thank you for joining us, everybody, tonight. Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Yes, sir.
So NCAA, let's see. What's the Gators now? They're not Washington's not.
Hey, listen. One thing I learned. One thing about everything that's going on with the Gators is happening with the Dolphins. We got a coach that's calling the plays that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And we're the Dolphins are playing the rivals that have been beating the crap out of them for the last few years, which is Buffalo. And now the Gators are playing the team that's been beating them for the last few years, the freaking Bulldogs. So
we lost to Miami. Then we beat Samford. We lost to A&M. We beat Mississippi State.
We got 4 wins right now.
We lost to Tennessee. Then we finally beat Kentucky. It's been a while since we beat Kentucky.
Yeah. All we need is 2 more wins, and we make a bowl game. Just need 2 more wins.
It's not going to come in the next 2 weeks. I know that. Maybe we might have a chance against Texas,
Mhm.
but I don't know about Georgia.
And when was the
Georgia
last
got-
time? When was the last time Alabama had 2 losses in a season?
Nick Saban's first year.
Did you see
Yeah,
that
but two
IA
losses.
version?
Yeah, but dude, 2 losses in an SEC is not. You're still. You could still get to the championship game and win. So that was the whole reason for the repositioning of all the conferences, is because it now allows
Mhm.
for teams to have that many losses and get into the playoffs. Because
That would be crazy though if Texas wins the SEC goes to the SEC championship in their first year.
they could. And it doesn't matter. There's no divisions anymore, so it could be Texas versus Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, we have a chance against Ole Miss. We usually play them pretty well. Florida State, I'm going to say we're going to beat Florida State this year.
Go
So
Georgia Tech.
there's our two more wins.
Mhm.
Because LSU, I don't know. I I haven't watched Brian Kelly's LSU a lot, but we might have a chance against them. I think if it's going to be, it's definitely going to be Florida State uh, and Ole Miss or LSU, and that's how we'll get to a bowl game. But never know, Texas. We might play them well. You never know.
We'll see, man.
Or we might get absolutely destroyed. And let's see. So Ohio State's number 4. They have 1 loss. Indiana's looking good. They haven't been undefeated this long in a very long time. Indiana. Navy got its first loss. What's the other? SMU is undefeated. Isn't it crazy that SMU still has all that? They still like have the after effect of the scandal that went down all those years ago.
Mhm.
It's like they can't break away from it. Like Miami obviously broke away from that scandal. UConn, no. Penn State. I feel like Penn State has done okay at moving away from that scandal, as bad as it was. But SMU,
Or the Sandusky.
yeah, even though that's just a whole, that's a whole different set of situations. But as far as a team recovering
Mhm.
from a situation like that, I think they've done okay. Miami, and then but SMU, it just feels like no matter what they do, they're always going to be held down by that. Because they're undefeated right now, and they're like ranked in the 20th. Yeah, they're number 20. They're number 20.
Mhm. What's
But
Ohio State
I don't
ranked?
know how good of a conference they're in, and I haven't seen their games. It's like Boise State. They were like 30-0. They were like 35-0, and they couldn't even get ranked. Remember all those years they were winning like 50-0, and they couldn't even really get ranked.
Mhm.
Crazy. It's cool to see Miami doing well, though. It's been
Yeah.
a long time. It's been a long time since Miami is ranked this high.
And what's funny is Texas being in the SEC, this could be their first in their first year playing for SEC championship. And the Canes been, and who knows how, I forgot how long the Canes have been in the ACC. This is going to be the first time they're going to be competing for ACC championship.
They've never played in the ACC championship before?
Never.
So when they won in 2000, they didn't have an ACC championship?
No, they were playing for the Big East at the time.
Oh. Interesting. Wow. Damn, they haven't played for one this entire time.
Hmm.
Yeah, they haven't. Wow. Well, good luck to them.
I always I think it's funny that I always making fun of them. I said your basketball team made won an SEC championship before the football team.
But they're always going to have ballers down there. You know, we're always going to end up doing, they're always going to end up doing well at basketball or football.
Yeah, without hating, it's hard. Yeah, you know what, Kane's Heat, I got respect for you. Yeah, I think especially with Cam Ward,
I think they have a chance.
I think Cam Ward, with Cam Ward, I think that the Canes actually do have a chance.
I mean, they're gonna. So really, we just got to get into the playoffs. You know, I mean, at this point with college football, just get into the playoffs, and they're definitely going to get into the playoffs, and that's where it gets crazy. But I think they definitely have a chance to go all the way. Definitely. And it's been a long time in the making. They've had teams up and down. They've been up and down for a long time. So it'd be cool to see them do something.
Oh
It's
man,
been a long time.
I tell you what, Mario Cristobal is something I hope Chris Greer pays attention to. He really bolstered that offensive line. That offensive line is amazing that they have.
I haven't watched very many games, but
I watched a few games. So, and the offensive line looks great, man.
well, I mean, that's why Cam Ward is able to put up all those points. I mean, he's in the Heisman Trophy running. I mean, if you have a really good, solid offensive line, then you can do a lot. You know, they call it the blind spot for a reason, or not the blind spot, the blind side for a reason. Oh, Oregon's ranked number 1. But Oregon is always number 1, and then they lose in a national championship.
And what's funny is Oregon, the last coach that Oregon had was Mario Cristobal.
They've had some really good head coaches. They do
Taggart was another Oregon coach.
Oh man, and Chip Kelly, but they're a very good team. They're always a good team. They just losing it, and they pretty much all their losses are always either in a champion. They're always in a championship game.
One thing I learned is the owner of one of the I think the CEO owner of Nike is an Oregon alumni.
Yeah, that's why they have the dopest freaking helmets.
And then uniforms.
Yeah. But like they could lose the Big 10 championship, but still making it to the playoffs if they're number 1.
Yeah.
Like if they lose to whoever in the Big 10 championship, there's no way they're gonna fall to 13. Do you think that would happen?
Man, stranger things have happened.
I don't know, because does that show does that show that their potential is that they're going to lose I don't know. It's going to be real interesting, this playoff scenario. And the voting comes out next weekend, I think. It's always like the first weekend after October.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
yeah,
man.
The playoffs this season are gonna be dope. What?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No. I was gonna say all the ACC. Yeah. We'll see, man.
All right. So
next topic.
Yeah. Forgot who I. Oh, okay. So what game was that? Game 5. No, that was game 4, where you had the two knuckleheads that were dressed as Yankee fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't call them Yankee fans. No. Those two dudes are a disgrace.
You talking about the one that ripped out the ball out of the
Yes.
player's hands?
Yes. They should be held accountable for assault. Did you see how they were bending his freaking hand over the wall?
Yeah.
I mean, they were attacking. They were attacking the guy. Like, how is that not assault? They stretched his hand apart and took the ball out. Like, how was that not assault? How are they not in jail for assault?
Dude, I'll never forget. It was a week 1. Kansas City Chiefs took on the New England Patriots, right? Tyreek Hill got a touchdown. And when he got a touchdown, you know how he was running so fast, he ran into the Patriots wall, the fan wall, whatever. A guy threw a cup of soda in his face. That fan got a lifetime ban from New England Stadium.
That's what you get. Those guys should have a lifetime ban from any sport, any professional sport. You attack somebody like it is an honor to be sitting where they are. And to be that close to the game, to be that close with a World Series champion, to have interaction with the World Series champion, like even if they just stood there and the ball hit them, you know what I mean? Like that's not their fault that the ball came at them. Like that's an honor to be in that position. And the way they acted and how they attacked Mookie Betts was absolutely insane. And then they doubled down on it and say that
Man,
this is
listen,
our wall.
I could see them guys. I could see them guys at a bar drinking Bud Light and eating a pastrami sandwich, bragging about what they did.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They were bragging the whole way. And then it said that the Yankees said that they suspended them from not going to the next game. Well, no fucking duh. They're not going to be allowed to go to the next game, but they shouldn't be allowed to go to any game after that. Like, it was just crazy. I don't know how there isn't more outcry from other players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're lucky Mookie Betts didn't jump up and like, I would have swung on the guy. If they attacked my hand like that, I would have swung on him and started punching him, dude. That is absolutely unacceptable. That is absolutely one of the most unacceptable things I've ever seen in sports. The only thing worse is when players, like, people have, like, died from other fans and stuff. Like, it's a disgrace, and it pissed me off. It really, really pissed me off. Because there's so many things you can do, but you don't put your hands on somebody. You just don't. And the way those dudes acted, they need to, like, someone needs to be able to just slap the dude right in his face. The guy that stretched his freaking glove. Boom! What a scumbag, dude. I mean, he's lucky he didn't hurt Mookie Betts.
Like I said, the guy in New England Stadium, he just threw a cup of soda, didn't do no damage to Tyreek Hill's face. Lifetime ban.
Good. Who did that before? There's been a couple, like LeBron James got a fan kicked out one time. I remember when the Heat were in the playoffs against Chicago, and it was when Joakim Noah was still playing for Chicago. And after a losing game, Joakim Noah was like walking to the locker rooms, and one of the Heat, a fan of the Heat, started screaming at him and cursing at him and throwing up middle fingers, and he got all pissed off and interacted, and like they were trying to say that I forgot exactly everything that happened, but it's just like you can't get mad at him for how he, like, it's not his fault he got mad by people talking to him that way. Like, people just think they can get away with whatever they want and say whatever they want as if they have some right just because they paid to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Entitled people, man, are some of the most dangerous people. It's crazy what entitlement will do to somebody's mind. It'll make them think that they can just do whatever they want. I mean, a lot of people get away with it because of the entitlement, but it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, no, shit doesn't fly.
I agree. All
That
right,
was
ready
crazy.
for
I mean, he showed tremendous
restraint.
resistance and poise, you know, to not, start hitting the person who was doing that. Like he obviously cares more about his well-being in the situation than reacting. So I have respect for him if he would have swung on the guy, and I have respect for him for not, because that was his prerogative to do that. So, but it does show a lot of respect and resistance on his part, the way he did respond. So it just shows what somebody can be put through and still show that they're stronger than that moment.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before. I've been attacked by someone, and I knew that the situation was bigger than that moment, and so that's why I responded the way I responded. And I think that's how Mookie felt. I think that's how Mookie felt, and so all respect to him, and I hope that it didn't hurt him in any way. That player doing that, and he won a World Series, so have fun with all that, dude. You freaking loser! What a chump! Even the other players around him were just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck are you doing?" Like you can't have physical interaction with a professional player during a game. Like you can't do that. Are you kidding me? Whatever. Whew. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. People are wild. But this is why we're here, because we're not someone like that. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I guarantee you, like I said, he could easily beat the crap out of both of them.
I know, dude. Like, if he would have jumped over the wall and started swinging on a guy, that's your fault, man. Like, that's your fault. Like, that would have been your fault 100%. 100%. And I bet you if Mookie would have done that, that guy would have tried to press charges if Mookie beat the hell out of him for it. If Mookie stomped the dude out with his cleats, he would have sued him.
Oh, yeah. All right. Ready for the next topic? Last topic of the day?
Yeah.
All right. My bad. No, I'm sorry. That was another topic. Sorry. Here's the.
Oh my god. Oh. So I showed you all the laundry detergent I had before. I had it in that like aluminum bottle. It was like hyper concentrated liquid, and it was really good. And I ran out, and I didn't feel like going to Whole Foods, so I went to Fred Meyer just to see what they had, and I bought this brand. It's called Nellie's, and it's powder. It's powder. Detergent.
Yeah.
And it comes in a big aluminum can. It has 100 loads, and it's so far it's pretty good. I like it. I'm not like some of the brands that I found like that are new type of laundry detergent that are powder. Sometimes the granules didn't dissolve all the way, but these did. These dissolve pretty fast. And I always like the one that doesn't have any fragrance or anything, but it has all the ingredients like listed right on here, And it has it really listed in a really cool way, and it's all aluminum, so it's super easy to recycle, and it's a lot. It was only like $30. I don't know, $30, is that worth 100 loads? I don't know how much other laundry detergent costs, but it is pretty good as far as a solid laundry detergent if you're looking to, because you can get this stuff
What kind
online
of
too.
smell does it have? Does it leave like a smell or?
No, I bought the kind that is fragrance free. So it doesn't have, it just smells like just detergent.
So your clothes doesn't have a smell to it?
No, I don't like heavy scented. I don't even really wear a lot of cologne. I just don't like a lot of smells. I'm just hypersensitive. So all my laundry detergent is like this thing only has how many ingredients? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ingredients. That's it. 4 ingredients. That's it. And one of the reasons why is because there's no water. And since there's no water, the active ingredients aren't activated. And so since the active ingredients aren't activated, you don't need preservatives. Is that how it works? Is that why we don't have as many ingredients? Because there's no water? Yeah, that's why. So you can take your little freaking Bitcoin, or what did you call a thumbnail, HB? Okay. And he went off on me. He went off.
I want
He
to
went off on me with that.
I was trying to read the disclaimer, but that thing's in the way, man.
I know the little whatever that thing is.
Yeah, the spiral.
Yeah, so we gotta have HB like make us a copy and like put it in the chat like like the image without any extra on it, because that thing is absolutely hilarious, man. I think it's just it's like, tell me you know me without telling me that you know me. But I've had it so many times happen to me over the years. Somebody will tease me about me, and it's like, you can do it all you want, but it's not insulting, and it's not in any way negative towards me. It's so funny how I've had it happen so many times, but it's like, it's always a good, like, it's respect is what it is. Like he's teasing me, but you can just tell he has respect for me by what he's saying. So I really like that. I just do. That's why I think I present well and show myself well, because I'm willing to. Y'all crack me up, man. Y'all keep me going.
Tom gets 100 loads at one time.
Oh man, I wish my mom was here. If my mom was here to see all this, I tell you what, she would be the biggest supporter of our podcast, especially with Cap, because she knew, basically knew him just as long as I've known him. But she just would. She would really like what we have, and like how y'all are, work with me and want to have my show keep it going and stuff. She'd have a lot of respect for you, Shake. So and just the respect that you show me. So
yeah, for sure.
I really appreciate that. And I really like that you help make sure my show happens every day, and
man.
do all the titles and tease me about it.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, man, I love the producer role. I really do.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good. And if you ever need a letter of recommendation,
yeah,
you let me know.
And by the way, I want you to know this Saturday night, Insomnia. We have a very special Insomnia. Crypto is going from Maryland to Buffalo, so it's like a 6-hour drive. We're gonna be on through his whole journey from Maryland to Buffalo. So
this Saturday,
it's gonna be a special Insomnia. So if you want to
think,
follow a little bit, you're more
I
than welcome.
might be able to pop in.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Just make a cameo. You know,
When I'm done with my 100 load.
yeah, 100 loads. I think you'll be. I mean, listen. I think you'll be too tired after. God damn.
Oh man.
I tell you what, man. One thing I learned in life, man, is that the pervert words take over, because I can't say, hey man, I went over to Tonk's house and ate his. He gave me his sausage. Everybody's like, what the fuck? You know, or yeah,
Like,
I went to Betty's
thanks
house.
for coming, Shake.
Yeah, I went to Betty's house and I got to play with her cat all night long. You know, when you're
It's
actually
just the
being
way
literal,
it
you gotta
is.
be
It's
literal.
just I remember
Yeah,
the last show. The last show we ran out here, we had Table of the Truth, Joey Cool, and this dude Native King, and it was the first time I have been around Native King, and same with the dude I run shows with, and so Native King was like teasing him the whole time about stuff that he would say, and like I heard him a couple. I was like, all right, dude, I gotta watch what I say around, around you because you're gonna. It's just funny, like just getting to know people outside of like them performing and stuff. You get to know who they are, and like sometimes they're funny as hell. And I was like, all right, I gotta make sure I watch what I say.
well, I think there's the one of my favorite thing I heard though is like, hey girl, you want to do a barbecue? Barbecue, yeah, that's where I rub my meat on your grill.
He's like, when I slap my meat across your grill.
Ah man.
Well,
A lot of
not a
power
bad
towards me
Halloween.
moments, man.
Hey, trick or treat or what? The Jets just pulled the upset on the Texans. I mean, is it an
Dude,
upset?
when I pick the Jets to lose, when I pick the Jets to win, they lose. When I pick them to lose, they win.
I mean, it. She said, well, she heard about. There's. I don't want to get into all that. All right. Well, thank you everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you for commenting, liking, sharing. Sorry I didn't have everything up or I couldn't see everyone having the side conversations, but you had a lot of them tonight, and thank you. I'm always super thankful for everyone that comes to, that watches my show. And we should be back next Thursday.
Oh yeah, man. I'm down as always, baby. Hands
All
up,
right,
baby.
everyone. Have a good Halloween, a safe November, because November 1st, everyone's gonna be putting up Christmas lights and sharing the freaking picture of Elf or that Will Ferrell Elf.
Oh, yeah,
It's
man.
like,
By the way, I'm gonna be buying all those different eggnogs that's out there this year. So,
ooh,
yeah.
no thanks.
Whiskey eggnog too. So,
Oh,
hey, by the way, you know, this year is a brand new Fireball whiskey, a Fireball eggnog.
oh.
I know. Tell me about it. Hands up, everyone.
We need weed eggnog.
Hell yeah.